Last night, my brother and his fiance came over, and they watch the dumbest TV shows. It's my favorite. They watch 9/11. There's a show called 9/11, and then another not 9/11. Sorry, 911. What's the other one, Mom? Rookie. And let me tell you, I'm gonna do a sit down one of these days, and I'm gonna do a synopsis of that side of the world of like normie TV shows, because oh my Lord, is it like the funniest Copaganda? It's like Copaganda for libtards, though. It's not like incredibly reactionary. It's very obviously made by liberals, and it's made for consumption of liberals. It's really interesting, like where the characters are gay. There's like Indian dudes, black dudes, whatever. It's like multicultural, right? But then it's interesting because like there are moments where you get the feeling where it's Copaganda. What do I mean by this? It's not even like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's way more overt Copaganda than that. I think it's like why woke is still relevant and why woke is not dead, by the way. I have this attitude that I think it's woke Copaganda, but it's like on the one hand, it keeps liberals loving the cops and the police. That's the reason why they have like tremendous reverence and respect for the police. But I think it's also keeping like right wingers in the South or whatever, like the wine moms that watch this shit, woke as hell when it comes to like not dunking on gay people, not dunking on trans people, like not being misogynistic. Like I'm not even kidding. It is very Kamala core. I think it's amazing. I loved it. I loved like watching it while I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance in the background, but it's very, very, very interesting. Like the world view that they describe, that they keep promoting in these shows. And what I mean by that, the Copaganda side is nefarious, is insidious, and it's like kind of secret. Okay, Rookie episode starts. This is the last episode of the Rookie, so if you watch it, you've probably seen this already. Rookie is doing their regular rounds, right? They're on patrol. His lieutenant or whatever tells him, there's a guy, this one's your case. You're going to handle this case. The case in and of itself is simply that some douchebag in Los Angeles has parked in a red zone to grab a cup of coffee. Who amongst us hasn't done that? Cops pull up in front of them, also in the red zone, get out of the car. They say, hey, sir, you can't park here. The guy goes, and he's an asshole. The person that they're talking to is an asshole. He goes, what do you mean I can't park here? I'm just getting a cup of coffee. I'm going to be a couple minutes. I'll be out of your way in a second. He goes, doesn't matter how long the stay. You can't stop in the red zone. So then the asshole character says exactly what I think and sometimes will say to cops. He goes, oh yeah? If I can't park here, why can you park here? Why are you allowed to park in the red zone? And the sergeant goes, what are you going to do about it, Rookie? So the Rookie takes the cop car and drives it all the way up the hill and parks it in an appropriate parking spot. He runs back to his sergeant. And right at that moment, they get a call, an emergency call, because danger is afoot at a moment's notice. And the sergeant says, you won't say shit to them? That's so funny. You have not seen me around cops. This is something that I've talked about before, but it's I'll give you a Kingdom Come Deliverance example. If you have high enough like nobility, if you have high enough charisma and you're wearing noble garb, when the city guards come to you, you can just be very stern with them and they'll say, oh, sorry. Like if you say, oh, who do you think you're talking to? I'm nobility. And the guys will be like, sorry, sir. I mistook you for someone else. There is in my personal experience, there has been like an attitude shift in the way that law enforcement treats me from when I was dead ass broke to the situation to the financial situation I'm in now. So no, you're wrong. Okay? If you are rich, if you are at least like presenting yourself as rich, And if you know, if you know how to talk, cops are permanent bootlickers because they ultimately know that you're the guy who's paying their salary, and that they're conditioned into thinking, oh, well, I have to protect this guy. He's rich. I swear to God, I can't. And also I'm not black or brown presenting. So that's the other side of this, where like I'm white enough to be able to get away with it. So there's that. Now, this doesn't mean that they're not going to fuck you up. Depends on what kind of day the cop is having. But I've been able to dice roll and pass the skill check numerous times at this point. Anyway, but the point I was making was the cop runs back, okay, on the Rookie show. Rich privilege Lamau. Yes, of course. The entire society is designed to privilege the rich. That is literally what is, that's the whole point. Okay, Rookie comes back. They get a call. Now he has to run back and grab the car. And that is a very secretive, dare I say, cynical way of doing Copaganda, because it tells the viewers, this is why cops have to park in red zones. It tells the viewer two things. One, this is why cops have to sometimes violate the rules by parking in the red zone, because danger is always afoot. And the second thing is to politely, gently nudge the viewers in the direction of understanding that danger is always around and cops are there to protect you from said danger. This is how the Copaganda works. Because if it was just like deliberate, overt, annoying, and they were like, cops are awesome and they save you and they protect and serve, shut the fuck up, like that would be impossible to, that would just not be good content. What was the emergency? Someone getting shot by a cop? No, the emergency was something insane. Like the shows are psychotic, by the way, especially Rookie. The Rookie show is psychotic because like they just straight up murk a convict. Like the police precinct in the episode that I watched, they shot and gunned him down. He like one of the convicts that they're like walking through the bullpen randomly attacks a dude who's like weirdly enough singing in the middle of the bullpen about how like, why are we arresting everyone? Like, did you deserve to be in prison? Or, were you a victim of circumstance? Or did you deserve it because you're a bad guy? That kind of shit. And then one of the guys like just, chases him and attacks him because he's a random psycho. The Rookie is Grey's Anatomy, but cops. Yeah. Have you watched Blue Bloods, craziest Copaganda of all time? So many television shows that are still around and very popular are Copaganda. That's when you realize like, oh shit, that's why like anyone over the age of 40 is like ready to die for the police force. You know what I mean? Regardless of the Uvalde stuff, like they literally think cops are actively protecting and serving. But yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing. I loved it. I love Copaganda shows. It's fantastic.